We're live.
What's up, everybody? We are fucking live. We are
Welcome,
still
welcome,
live.
welcome.
We are still plugging along. Nothing can stop us.
No, no,
Like
no.
Good
the
fucking
train.
try.
Thomas the Train. What's happening, everybody in the chat? How are you? Strike first, and it's Brandy, Belinda McNeely. Let's see, Miss Pam Tony. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun. There's my theme song. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Looks like Dago Dad and the kids in the chat tonight. Austin Ferris, welcome. And wow, Slam. That went from 9 to 12. And who else is in here?
It'll keep going up.
And Big Papa's coming, guys. If anybody would like to share that out, I'd appreciate that. He's having some technical issues, but he will be right back. Welcome, Austin. Stranger in Fiction, Miss Heather, Robin Lurks, Bronx Born, my girl. What's happening, ladies?
Oh my god, Brandy.
Tonight. So, how is everybody on the panel tonight? Miss Rachel, Mr. Pennywise.
I'm great.
Wonderful.
Splendid. Couldn't be better.
Lindy Odd.
I'm living every day like it's my last.
No.
What's that song called? Live Like You Was Dying, or Live Like You Were Dying, or some shit. It's a country song, I think.
I don't listen to country music, so I don't know.
I like to live my life like I'm a meme.
A meme?
You're a meme?
Oh my
like
god.
I'm a meme.
Subliminal messaging, everyone.
No.
A meme.
A meme. Apparently I'm a meanie, but might as well be a meme.
Yeah, sure. So anyway, how is everyone in? Go ahead.
It was 75 degrees here today. I'm just going to say that. I have to say it again.
Holy shit.
It was only like mid-40s here, but sunny, so it was cool. What is up, Mr. Bowser G? How are you this evening, my friend?
The 90-degree weather's going to be here soon.
Hopefully. Well,
everybody's going to be fucking sweating.
I can't wait.
Yep, that was right. Thank you, Robin. Tim McGraw. Grawl. Yeah, I always bitch when winter gets cold like it does, like it was this year. And I'm like, damn, I wish it was warm. Damn, I wish it was warm. And then the hot weather gets here, and then I'm stuck inside the fucking house because it's too fucking hot, and I don't like being that hot. So I got the air conditioning running. So, I'm just a big mix of a bitch. That's all.
Dago, is Tan May a mod in here? Is Tan May a mod in here?
I don't think so. But
because he blocked Tina tonight on Charlie's stream, and I had to unblock her.
Who is it?
Tan May, TANMAY, I think.
I don't even have him in here.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so, Penny. I've never really seen him in here.
All right, because I seen sometimes he comes in there and he goes into Tina's and kisses her ass, but I told her tonight, I said, he straight up blocked you in that fucking stream. And I unblocked her, and she's like, what the fuck? And
yeah, there was a couple other people that tried to block her that I had to one of them tried to hide her, and I unhid her, and I can't think of who it was.
But every time somebody would do that, I would fucking clear it up because Charlie does not care if she goes in there and talks because she never goes in there and talks shit.
I think I don't know. He was a little off tonight with that. I don't know.
No, I know that. I'm just saying, unless he says like, keep her blocked,
Yeah, no, I understand. I completely understand. I don't want to go.
I didn't see the reason she didn't say nothing wrong when she commented and he blocked it.
I didn't either. That's what I was talking about. She wasn't saying anything, and there's a couple people that jumped up and hit her, and then like I seen what you were doing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why? I don't know if they thought it was a fake account, but I checked twice, and it was the real her.
I checked it. It was her account.
Mm-hmm. How are you, Dr. Now? And Mr. Joseph, how are you?
Charlie's supposed to call us and shit, so I'll talk to him about that too.
Yeah, me too. I don't know when.
You know what I mean? If you want her blocked, then it's your stream. That's your, you can do whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
I don't want like random people that dislike her, but I go into Tina's stream all the time, you know, and mod for her, and he comes in kissing her ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he doesn't come in here, so I haven't seen him in. At least I haven't seen him in here. I don't know if Hopper. Have you seen that name in here?
What is it?
Tan
Spell it
May.
again.
Tan May.
TANMAY.
Isn't that one of Charlie's people?
Yeah, it's one of his mods. He kept blocking Tina tonight, and we were all on blocking her.
I agree, Bowser. Bowser G said, I think Charlie was in the moment with the whole Doug situation. I don't think he meant any harm to Tina and Boss Up. He kind of just goes with the flow. Yeah, and I kind of was going to make the same statement. I think that, like...
That's what I was thinking, too, because of the situation that's going on right now. And it wasn't...
Yeah.
I think he was probably referring more towards the past.
Absolutely. And I think that none of us can put ourselves in that position that Charlie has been in. Like, these are all people that we see on YouTube and we see on Twitter or whatever. Like, these are people that were a part of his actual everyday life.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
Tina herself has even said, you know, that they're not friends. You know, they kind of tolerate each other, and they've been through a lot of different shit. So, I mean, it is what it is. I try to respect both their wishes and work through it the best way we can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she doesn't go on there and bash him. You
No,
know,
not at all.
he normally doesn't say anything bad either.
Like I said,
you know, tonight, it was a little different, but because normally when she would come in the stream, he'd say, "Hey, Tina D."
Like Rachel said, he was in the moment with that situation with Doug, so I think that's where it came from. I really do think that, because sometimes Charlie just says stuff and then he doesn't remember saying it, and you know what I mean, whether he meant it or not. So be it. Whatever. You know, it's whatever he says. It's his stream. He's the boss, and same goes with her for her. So
it'll all get straightened out. Well, if I saw him go into her stream and said, "Hey, what's up?" I wouldn't block him.
Right.
Fuck that. No, unless she said somebody block him. I'd let somebody else do it because I wouldn't be doing it.
I wanted to say something tonight, guys. Unfortunately, I appreciate everybody. It's the last time I was live. I had asked everybody to say some prayers for Doug and for Miss Amy, who had a friend on life support. And unfortunately, Miss Amy's friend has passed away. So anybody that did pray,
I'm sorry to hear that.
So just keep Miss Amy in your prayers, guys. She's having a rough time right now, and we love her, and just wanted her to know that we're here for her if she needs us. So I don't know the entire situation. I wasn't trying to get nosy. She just messaged me and said this is what the scenario was, and I let her know that we're here if she needs us. So what's up, Becca? How are you? Or BBY, or both of you guys? How are you guys tonight? Thanks for being here.
Hello.
So anybody else pop in? AP, my brother from another mother. Okay.
Can you guys hear me all right?
No,
I can hear you fine.
Clear.
Okay, I got 3 different answers.
I can hear you fine. How about you?
I can hear you fine.
I can hear you fine.
Bowser.
You got 3 different answers that time too.
Your picture is improved though.
It was the same answer, but 3 different versions of it.
What'd you say, Penny?
I said your picture is improved.
Yes, that's a good picture.
I know you don't have one. It's a joke.
Well, right. Yeah.
There,
I mean, it's better than the picture I usually use, though.
Yeah, it is.
Much more handsome.
Every time he wears it, every time he has that picture as an icon, he tells lies.
So I switched to the tablet and logged into my Twitter on the tablet, and then click on the StreamYard link. And when it popped up, there's no option to log into my StreamYard account. Like there's nowhere on the page. So I backed out, logged into StreamYard, and then clicked on the link, and it did the exact same thing.
Nothing yet, Joseph. Nothing more than we know already, guys. Sorry. Welcome, Kyle.
So we know that Doug has COVID and pneumonia from COVID, right?
He has congestive heart failure, pneumonia, and COVID.
So, I don't know, with him having COVID, it might not. I don't know if the congestive heart failure was something that he was dealing with before,
Yeah, I think it was because before he was sick, before I noticed that he was like, if I'd see his live streams and whatnot, he looked pretty swollen. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he also looked like he wasn't getting a lot of oxygen. His lips had a blue tint to them, and so I'm thinking maybe he didn't even know he had it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he keeps getting infections, and I think at one point he was septic. So I don't know. Like,
he's
it
just
sounds like
overall very
I'll be
sick.
honest, it sounds kind of like my dad. My dad had COVID, and my dad was very healthy. He wasn't diabetic or have any other underlying conditions. And my dad got COVID, and he was the last week of their quarantine, and he woke up and couldn't breathe, and he was septic, and
yes,
he had pneumonia. And the problem that he was having in the hospital was that they couldn't prone him on his stomach to to take care of the pneumonia,
the
because
drain.
he also got pericarditis, which is kind of like an inflammation of the heart muscle. So they had to keep him on his back for that, and his stomach for the pneumonia, and his body just kind of gave out. And my dad passed away from COVID.
Right.
And so,
Sorry,
yeah.
Robin. How old was he?
My dad was 50. He was 59.
I'm so sorry.
So,
that's so young.
Yeah. And so when I hear that, like, I mean, it kind of sounds like, other than the fact that Doug had a lot of already pre-existing situations going on health-wise, like, sounds a lot like my dad. And I really just pray, not only for Doug and his family, but honestly for Bridget and for those two little kids, that he's able to pursue.
I would honestly, guys, I'd like to see. I mean, I know that I have fucking pipe dreams, but I'd really like to see those kids be able to have some sort of a minimal relationship with him, at least for a little while. You know, some kind of a thing to him, even if it's just a little bit. You know, if Mike was any kind of a person with a heart, which we know he's not, he would step aside and let her do what she needs to do just to have that bit of a relationship with him, with those kids, and then whatever happens after that, let it be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not going to hurt him.
Yeah.
If anything, I think it would give them more views. If Doug agreed to be, in their life with those kids, of course not with Mike, but I'm just saying, I think it would give them some more views. Bridget could film it. They could have some times with him, and I think it would bump their stuff if he was intelligent enough to understand that. That's what I would look at it like.
Oh yeah.
I just would hate to see
I don't know if Michael would ever. He's just so
too much pride.
That ego and pride, unfortunately, is very strong with that one.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. The whole that video really makes me sick, guys. I'll tell you honestly, truthfully, it makes me sick because you can look at her and tell that she's torn between the love for her father and the guilt that she feels for not being there with him and being loyal to Mike. And that you should never have to fucking feel that way in a relationship ever. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm sorry, but that's just not the way it should be. Your father's your father. If it wasn't for your father, she wouldn't be standing there right now. You know what I mean? And she just needs to push that aside and say, listen, I need to be there with him and for him, and we can deal with this later. That's just how that should be. So that's my opinion. So it is what it is.
I agree. Totally agree. I don't know. I know what it's. I don't know. And I know that, like, Bridget and Doug have a difficult relationship, and I don't know. I would do anything. I mean, for 5 more minutes with my dad, and
I get it.
Yeah.
Any of us would do that, I think, and it's Mike doesn't know. I think part of Mike's thing is that he's almost jealous in a sense because he doesn't have his dad anymore. He was very close to his dad, and that I think that darkened him a lot when AGP passed. He tried to explain to me when we had that phone call, how hard it was for him, which we all saw. He was a completely different person, and that 4 years or whatever it was. He said he's out of it now and he's doing great and he feels great and everything else, but I don't think he does. You know, I think he's upset because Doug is still alive and AGP isn't. You know what I mean? I really think that. And if I'm wrong, you know, I'll be the first. If I was ever proven wrong, I'd say, hey, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, but I just really feel that way. So
I think if, you know, hopefully Doug makes it out of this, you know, and he's having a lot of issues with pneumonia and COVID and stuff like that, he's got to kick those cigarettes.
He's got a lifestyle change he has to make. I mean, there's a lot of.
He's got to kick those cigarettes. He goes on
cigarettes and the pop and all the stuff that he was on. Yeah, he's got to change a lot. So, I agree with that one.
Helping him.
Yeah.
But you know what? He doesn't have much of anything right now either. And I look at it, I can understand it, I guess you could say. I mean, that's his comfort. That's his
I realize that. I realize that.
You know what I mean? So it's probably hard.
I'm not like chastising him for it. It's just, I just think.
Oh, no, I understand that.
He would benefit from it. And it's not easy. It's not easy quitting anything, really. Bad habits are fucking hard to kill. So,
right.
I'll be the first to admit that one. I need to quit really bad too, but it's hard as hell.
I don't know.
Do you think, I mean, for Becca and BBY, they said that they don't love each other, partner swapping. Piglet leaves Mike. She don't get nothing, maybe child support. I don't know that I agree that they don't like care about each other or love each other. But also, you got to also take into consideration, Bridget was like, what, 14, 15?
She was.
He is all he knows.
I think it's a relationship of convenience, personally.
Oh, yeah. And I don't like sitting here and trying to psychoanalyze somebody else's relationship because Lord knows, but
I don't know what goes on behind closed doors or behind
that
are shut off.
I mean, they talk about how great their relationship is, and maybe it is. That's awesome. But I think it's because she does exactly everything and anything he wants her to do. I don't think that it goes both ways. I think that could be why she drinks like she does. You know what I mean? This is an opinion again. And like you said, we don't really need to psychoanalyze their relationship, but they put it on TV. So what are we supposed to do?
Sure.
My opinion is you don't know what's a skit and what isn't.
Right.
That's a fact. And I'll be right back on that point, guys.
Okay.
All right. How's it going, Popper?
Shh.
Don't you shush me.
I'm pretending to be Emily Fackler tonight.
Oh, really?
So you're gonna just sit there and randomly giggle and actually not say anything or do anything?
I mean, yeah. No, actually, I was trying to catch up on some stuff because like I haven't really been able to like look at Twitter a lot today. I've either been on the phone or I was in Charlie's live stream or I was sleeping or I was in a Zoom meeting or driving. So
yeah.
Did you notice what I did to get his goddamn attention to tell you it was really you?
What?
Oh yeah.
If I could drop $5, I'm like, Charlie, it's fucking Papa.
Yeah.
I wanted you to get your wrench, and I'm like, how the fuck? Because I said it 20 times.
Yeah. I seen you, and I'm like, like it don't matter to me one way or the other. But I mean, they were going ham tonight at his live stream for a while.
Those troll accounts are so dumb. Like, I don't know whose address, but I almost like want to Google and be like, who the hell are they talking about?
There keeps popping up a Rhode Island one. And I think that's BBY's address.
Well, that's rude. BBY ain't even in there.
I realize that, but I don't know who else from this state because it sure and fuck ain't my address.
Right.
So I don't know
whose address are you talking about?
The sad thing is Doug wasn't around so much when she was growing up. So Michael basically raised her. And ain't a damn soul out here can tell me different. She's going to do whatever the fuck that pedo tells her to do. Boom. Mic drop.
I seen you, Joanna.
Yeah, Joanna.
Joanna.
By the way, how is Beer Grunt, Joanna?
Oh yeah.
And congratulations.
All right, I'll be back in a second. I got to run downstairs.
Okay,
Why don't you walk?
Hey, don't fall. You have your life alert on? Get up.
Oh my Lanta. Oh, what a day. It was a good day. Was it a good day? Penny, was it a good day for you?
It wasn't a bad one. I mean, I don't think so. It was normal, shit.
Yeah.
But like,
good to hear, Joanna, and you're welcome. It was an okay.
I did lock my fucking Twitter. I don't know if you guys noticed.
I didn't. I'm sure other people did, but
people are flagging me left and right. So it's like, unless there's someone in there that I don't know,
right.
I'm thinking about going through it anyway. And if I don't know you or I haven't talked to you, you're gone.
I'm honestly kind of thinking about the same thing because it's just kind of silly.
I don't give a fuck if it's just you five in there. Or Bronx, obviously, shit like that. But I can post anything I want and shit like that. It's not shareable. Nobody's gonna come in and just fucking bombard me like people have been doing lately.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You're weak. You did this. You did that. I'm not fucking weak.
Welcome, Tina. What's happening, sis?
Hi, Tina.
Dina.
All right.
So you did run. You didn't walk, right?
I just had to walk down a flight of steps to use the restroom.
You three are always peeing. Always. Every single stream. This is what happens when you're the only female. Every time I'm listening to Pennywise pee or Popper's pee or Dago's going poop, like there's always some sort of bathroom breaks going on.
Wait a minute. Stop. Back the hell up. That has not ever happened one time since I've been live streaming, ever.
Yes, you have. Definitely.
I pee a lot, but I don't do that.
Dago, the other day when you said, Penny, take over, I was busting people's balls saying you were in there taking a shit.
I know.
Of course you did.
Well, I get to work and I always stop and get like a 44-ounce like Diet Coke, like fountain pop.
A 44-ounce?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Joanna, I pee when I'm not on stream.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I've already drank a 44-ounce Diet Coke and I've drank it a liter of sparkling water. So
as long as you're backing it up with that water, that's what matters.
I started drinking. I don't even remember what it's called. When I order my groceries, last time I ordered like 20 or 30 bottles of it. It's a sparkling water. They have a black cherry and they have a strawberry, and they're actually really good.
I don't like those things. I feel like they burn when you drink them.
Here's the problem with this whole conversation, Rachel. Why don't you ever go pee? You never go pee. What's up with that?
Actually, I have a dude that actually is a problem.
Yeah. So I was talking to her one morning, like early in the morning on her way to work. And she's like, I gotta pee. And then she like DM'd me or texted me like 2.5, 3 hours later. And she's like, yeah, I still haven't went pee.
It's horrible. I'm going to end up with like kidney failure.
Good. That's not good for your bladder.
Because I'm too
When I gotta pee, I'll go to the bathroom. If I have to, I'll either say I'll be right back or I'll just bring the fucking phone with me.
Yeah, we've actually heard it.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, we've heard it. I was like, there's no way he's got his wiener in his hand right now peeing.
I do. I don't care.
Phone on the shoulder, wiener in the hand.
I was like, what is my life?
At least he's real.
I agree.
I mean, I've done it at home. I just mute my headset, but I can't do that here because my internet is so bad that if I walk down there, I would probably lose connection. So
wait till the day comes where I gotta take a massive shit.
Joanna.
And you hear that thing hit the fucking water like a torpedo.
Ay.
You're like, yep, fucking Hiroshima all over again.
I feel like that would be like, I want to jump off there for a minute, but I'll be back sooner or later.
Lady, I'm sorry. Do you see Lady BSC's comment?
Mm-hmm. Sorry about that.
Oops.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take a shit on live stream. I'd just say I'll be back.
That's good to know.
I'm having technical difficulties.
For future reference.
But you might hear me pee now and then.
Ay.
Or a big fart. Maybe a fart. I might go that far.
More info, it's good to know.
Yeah, I always have to point out, like, if I'm sitting at my computer and I'm on the phone, like, I always have to point it out to, like, Rachel. I'm like, that was my chair, because my chair, like squeaks against the wall.
Yeah, he did that one night when it was just me and him, and I'm like, I got quiet, and I was like, dude, where's my chair? Where's my chair?
It's definitely my chair.
Sometimes I sit in a wooden chair in the kitchen, and it's like almost like a church pew or something like that. So when you let it go out, that echoes off that fucking wood. It's like pop, 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 pop. I don't know. It's something about a farting wood.
I guess so. All right, Kyle. Well, thanks so much for being here, sir. Have a great night.
Enough about bodily functions.
Bye, Kyle.
Yeah, he's probably like, wow, what the hell did I come into?
Orquesta is taking a little break. She's tired. She's been really tired, so she was taking a break.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody was asking me earlier today. They DM'd me and they were like, "Is Morty like mad at me or something?" And I'm like, "No." Like I just talked to Morty Saturday night in a call, and she didn't say anything about being mad at anybody. She's just been busy and she's been sick. And
she's not mad. Exactly.
I just talked to her 20 minutes before I started this. She's doing good. She's just tired.
Yeah. Like even the group chats and stuff. Like she's not even active in there very much.
No, I talked to her on the phone. She just sounded like she didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, "All right, I'm gonna go lay back down." I said, "Okay, like, do what you got to do. We got it covered."
Mm-hmm.
We got it covered.
That we do. Hey, Star, welcome.
So what's been going on today? What are we going to talk about?
You guys picked the topic.
Oh, gosh.
I think we should talk about Meatloaf.
Oh, God.
No!
The singer or the meat? Actually, the meat.
Or bangers.
You guys.
Bangers and mash?
Why? Why
Does anybody in here like bangers and mash?
Not Meatloaf in the UK.
Bangers and mash? Does anybody like them?
Has anybody actually ever smelt strumming?
Wait, what?
Is that weird fish thing? Didn't AGP try? Didn't they open a can and
it sprays at you?
Yeah.
So it's the way they make it is they take, I don't even remember what kind of fish it is, but they put it in a brine and they let it sit out in the sun for like 3 months.
It's like sardines and they ferment them.
What did you call it?
It's strumming.
It's just strumming.
The most fucking smelly.
I'm gonna call her. Never mind. I was gonna call her. Never mind.
I saw what you wrote in the chat, Rachel.
Huh?
I saw what you wrote in Charlie's chat.
See what you guys did? No, I do have to pee. I'll be right back.
I mean, it's one thing.
Pull it out, empty it out.
It's one thing if we do that. We're just on panel, but the host can't be abandoning his stream.
I know. Jesus, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know. Freaking bangers and mash. You know, so can I just say this? Can I just okay. I've been minding my business. I was sick all weekend. How long did I sleep on Saturday, Popper?
A while, because you missed most of Charlie's stream.
I slept, I think, like a total of like 15 hours.
Holy shit. I wish I could sleep that long.
My allergies. I had my baby nephew, and he's a little over 4 months, and we literally slept. We slept and slept and slept. I've been like so good. I don't want to be interned in the drama. I'm definitely going to stand up for my friends. I'm going to stand up for Pennywise. I'm going to stand up for Dago, for Popper, for Morticia, for Joanna, for so many people. But like involving myself, I'm trying to not, because it's just not worth it to me. And I was minding my business this glorious Monday, and somebody sent me a DM and said, like, look at this page. It's about you. And, you know, I sent it to everybody, and I was like, why? But like, for why? And the 3 people that were following and being followed by that page were Haley, Plumber, and Jason Wren. Or no, was Jason?
Martinez.
It was Jason, Martinez, and Haley.
Back.
I tried so hard to like just not respond, and the Gemini came out of me. And that's really what it is. I don't want to fight with Haley. I don't want to fight with Jason. I don't want to fight with Summer. And I haven't talked to Martinez in like 3 years, so I don't understand why he's trying to like.
Let me ask you this then: why do they keep like coming at you? Like, what the fuck is the deal? I don't understand it.
Because they want to start drama.
It simply goes back to the fact. That I laid my sword down with Bowser, and they, for some.
It's still about that.
Bro, that's literally the only thing that happened. It goes back to the fact that they feel that I betrayed them. Let me tell you though, when Bowser and I were like at war, and he was like calling my local police department, and it was huge. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
They went back to being friends with him, not once, not twice, not even 3 times. They continuously would go back, regardless of the crap that I was being put through. I did not go and like say sorry to Bowser and, you know, have him say sorry to me so that me and him could be best friends. I did it because I owed him an apology. I did some shitty things to him, and I owed him an apology.
Right.
And he felt the same way. And we both felt that if we took that power from Isaac of holding the situation that really only had to do with him and I.
And then Bowser made this point. There's a very good point that goes right along with this. That Ren said he was done with this, that, and then sworn that he despises Isaac. But look who they're talking to right now.
Well, so did Plumber. Didn't Plumber say he was done with the drama? He was deleting his Twitter.
He deleted his Twitter, and he brought his Twitter back and just renamed it. And I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it, but I'm not going to stand for it anymore. But I know that it hurt. But I've made really good friends with like Joanna and Bronx, and they're friends with Haley. And I'm never going to be the type of person to make people that I care about uncomfortable. Right. So I'm done responding. They're pussies. Haley is nothing but a bitch. And if she has something to say, she can unblock me and she can say it to me. She has multiple ways of getting hold of me. She has chosen to be a coward and an entire loose vagina and do it on Twitter. Plumber, you're fucking older than my dad. Grow the fuck up. Goodbye. And Jason Wren, I've had like 3 conversations with in my entire life, so I don't really give a fuck about that guy. He can eat dirt. Bye. So
they're gonna just attack you and then attack you know.
Yeah.
I think
so. I'm done responding. I'm done responding, but I will defend myself. I'm not going to let them maliciously attack me, make Twitter accounts, memes of me. I'm not going to allow that shit. Like I'm not that girl.
She will defend herself with bangers and mash.
Stupid bitch. God.
I mean, they've done.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel, Rachel?
They're miserably.
I've tried so hard to just leave it be and like be like, it is what it is. We're done. It's moved on. Like Plumber's doing his thing and Haley's off selling her cooch for $2.51, and Jason Wren is making moves for Guest Mob and hanging out with Faux Pas. They just refuse to leave me the fuck alone. So here we are.
Has anybody, not to change the subject, but has anybody or at all seen or heard anything from Mr. Fupu?
Yeah, I have no
I've
idea.
really seen anything.
I've seen him here and there.
I haven't seen nothing in a long time. Makes me wonder why.
No, I've seen something within the last couple days.
Okay, yeah. Well, I guess I haven't.
Yeah, but that's very light. He's normally on this shit constantly. So Steve hasn't been saying shit.
It is very light.
Slowed down from what he was doing.
Thank you, Joanna. And yeah, Joseph, I don't need anybody to get involved, and I don't want to put anybody in the middle that's like, has long-lasting friendships. I don't know. They've lost their damn minds, but
and that says a lot for everybody right there. Okay, we're all adults in here. Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
And that's how you have to do this. Otherwise it's not going to ever be anything more than what it is. If you continuously do these things, I mean, we're all different people. We cannot, other than a certain group of people that are all guilty by association, you cannot put people in different brackets and then just treat with certain people a certain way because of that. You know what I'm saying? So it is, as I always say, it is what it is. So.
And I'll keep my mouth out of respect for Joanna and Bronx. I'll keep my mouth shut. But I said what I had to say in the group chat. So,
I mean, like I said, if you don't come for me, I can be your best friend. But like, if you continue to play with me when I say stop playing with me, like we'll fucking play.
And I've seen that requested from you multiple times. So I mean, it's not as if you haven't done it.
Yeah. Lady VSC, yes, she is. She follows Isaac. I don't think Isaac follows her because, but she definitely follows him and Steve and the whole bits of them. And good for her. Maybe they'll fucking subscribe to her OnlyFans because God knows nobody else is gonna.
Oh, $250. That's cheap. So shit.
Okay.
So Dago.
Yeah.
If I cash app you $3, would you do something for me?
Right now, the way my computer's working, fuck yeah. Come on, guys. I'll show you whatever you want to see for $3 a piece. I got to get this computer done. So if that's what I got to start doing, I guess that's what I got to start doing.
He's going to be doing stripping and shit.
Oh, gosh.
Fucking right.
I got a banana peel. I got a banana sling, if anybody cares.
Joseph, I literally just said the opposite of that. We're super cool. Joseph just... we're super cool, Joseph. We're good. Me and you are friends. I literally said.
That's not what I know, but I meant like a certain group. One specific group is guilt by association, is what I said. Guest mob. Okay, let me clarify.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about like Billings and
that group over there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have been more clear with it. I apologize. That's all I meant by that. That's the only group that is guilt by association. Everybody else is their own people, and you guys do what you got to do. So
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm all for, it is what it is. I don't even
apologize for saying it like that, Joseph. Please excuse it. But yeah, moving on to what you guys said, I got a banana sling if you guys need me to start doing shit for like that for Cash App. I mean, damn.
So it's time for me to go to bed. Time for bed. Time for Rachel.
What did you say?
I said, did you just say you had a banana hammock?
Banana sling, yes.
Oh. Okay.
It was a gift. It was a gag gift that somebody bought me. But I mean, if I gotta do certain things, it is what it is,
Well, Lazy's been trying to talk me into doing that for a few days now.
Do you want to get smacked?
He's constantly like, you should join OnlyFans. Nobody hates you, Joanna. At least none of us do.
Nope. Popper wants to get whacked.
Why? For talking about joining OnlyFans?
Yeah.
What's your price?
I told you earlier. Papa? I wouldn't sell pictures of my work boots for $3 a month.
I totally stole that from you and put it on Twitter, but
did you?
No, wait. I didn't say it would be $3 a month. That's $3 a pop, guys. So I ain't that fucking cheap.
Well, I think that's based on a subscription service monthly. So you'd have to up it up to like maybe $450.
I guess it depends on what it is I'm supposed to do. We'll go by based on that.
$4.50. I think I'd pay to see you take the channel down. Not this channel, the OnlyFans account.
Oh well, shit, yeah. If I ever had one, absolutely. We could always show pictures of thumbs.
Hey, if you got it, work with it, man. If you could make money.
I guess
she's made probably almost $9 in the last couple of years.
$9 whole.
I love you, Bowser G. Bowser G always has my back. We go way back.
He's always got everybody's back in here.
I love him.
Him and Pookie, and where is Lazy again? Is he still sitting in his office doing his job? That dude's never stops.
Lazy was in Charlie's stream. I mean, I'm sure the man needs to sleep once in a while.
Right, that's my thought. What's up, Rusty?
Yeah. Go off, Bowser. Can I just say one thing? Can I just finish it? So I posted my proof. On my Twitter, but the reason that I know for a fact that it was that group of people is that Mr. Plumber has pictures of his dog on his Twitter, and unfortunately, with his old self, he forgot to delete the pictures of his dog off of the Twitter that was about me. So
that's not covering your tracks very well.
What a dumbass.
Well, and then plus the fact that it was being followed by the 3 people that he runs with. Those were the only 3 followers.
Yeah. So I won't be eating any English style food for a while. I'm pissed.
Bangers and mash.
Oh my gosh. I think I said she had a bangers and mash looking pussy. Was what
you did. That's why.
There was more to it than that, but I can't remember what it was.
It's been meatloaf. It's been bangers and mash. It's been meat curtains. It's been quite a few types of meat. So
uglier than the fall of the London Tower.
I'll say this much: it's definitely not a vegetarian pushy.
It's like cube steak that's been fucking beaten with a hammer to get tenderized.
Oh my god, you guys are crazy. So this started off as an interesting kind of conversation tonight.
We've been talking about bowel movement.
Maybe I should change the title to it, or the title actually kind of fits it. Whoa. So moving on beyond bangers and mash.
Buying is a mush. I'm a little elf that likes buying is a
How much longer do you have before you're off to Vegas, Rachel?
3 weeks. But I'm half past, by the way.
You got that nice brand new luggage too from somebody that remains unnamed. See that icon didn't move once, right? You saw that.
Rachel ordered her own luggage.
How did Rachel order that luggage though?
I don't know. How'd you use Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Rachel paid for it.
Isaac's EBT card.
You can't use that on Amazon.
Yeah, and her last name's not Green, so.
I don't know. This cute guy sent me a Amazon gift card, and I bought my luggage.
Oh, wow.
Don't we bypass the word cute at a certain age, though?
No.
I mean,
I think adorable we do.
We're in our 40s.
Every time we got on a call, I say, "Hey, boys." Don't you bypass the word boy at some age? You guys have never said a word. So don't you pick on boy calling him cute.
Coming from you, that's like our sister. That's, well, a couple of us look like our sister. That's different, but you know.
Popper, am I like your sister?
Oh my God. That just put that visual. Did you guys ever see Joe Dirt?
What kind of visual of what? What?
My sister. She's my sister. Oh my God. That was hilarious in my own head. Sorry. You guys had to see it.
I'm scared.
It's like that movie Jack and Jill that Adam Sandler did.
Yes.
What? No.
Okay. Let me clarify this for you. You said you asked Popper, okay, if you're like his sister. Have you seen the movie Joe Dirt?
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what
you're my sister. You're my sister.
Okay, that's what was in my head as soon as you asked him that question.
I was thinking of something else.
That's why I lost a little grip on reality for a second.
Now, did you meet Popper at a carnival or?
He's a carny. Popper the carny.
He had the can of fucking pants.
No, I'm not.
Big Popper Jackson ran the carny.
I'm a mall security guard in Pontiac, Michigan.
Oh, all right.
That's what Evo said.
Yeah. Popper Blart.
And she blurted that out to 6 people one night.
Right. She was loaded that night with people too. She had a full panel.
And 2 of them were me because I was on my main account and I was on my backup account.
Yeah. I didn't even comment. I just was watching.
Fuck, if we all left, she'd have 1.
I'm sorry. She had 8 people when I was on both of my accounts.
Oh my gosh.
He pulled a billing. He felt bad for her. He was trying to give her some views. Why is it that anytime one of them goes live from there, that there's like 5 people max ever?
I know.
And here lately, it hasn't been. It's kind of been like the hanger-ons, like, you know,
right.
Farm Boy, aka White Wolf, aka AJ Hunter, aka AJ Kevin,
aka
Joseph.
That's all it's been.
It's been Mr. Check Nate himself.
I will never forget that till the day I die.
I asked him in Evo stream the other day. I'm like, give me a check, Nate. Give me a check, Nate.
Check, Nate, bitch. I think I literally almost pissed on myself that night because I was like, yeah, I could just see Chris Gordon saying check, Nate, not even saying it right. And I'll be damned if right after that, kablam, there it was in the chat.
You know what he reminds me of? He sounds like Patrick from SpongeBob. Mm-hmm. But he looks like, you know, like the pirate picture at the beginning of SpongeBob, where it's just the moving lip, just the moving lip.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he looks like. There was a couple of times I was like, is that a real person?
He's very hard to take seriously. Like when he tries to go off and he's like, yeah, Steve, you tell him that these trolls can suck my fucking dick, you motherfucker. And I'm like, okay, is he done talking now? I fell asleep, sorry. But yeah, it's like, how the fuck do you take that seriously?
He looks like one of those fucking crash dummies they put in the car with a fucking moving mouth barely.
And then he's got his uncle. He's got his uncle who's 115 years old in the background laughing, sounding like the fucking Crypt Keeper. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
You know who he kind of sounds like to me is Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh!
Yeah.
It puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the... Yes, he does. It's that jaw
thing. Slow version.
Evo better watch out or Abyss is going to have him in Evo suit.
He's all like, a super chatty Isaac where I'm going to get doxxed.
Oh my gosh. I don't know that I've ever listened to Evo talk.
I have never seen her stream, honestly.
Yeah, me neither. I feel like she talks like she's always high. But like,
probably is.
Like that's stupid girl high. Like I just can't do it. She irritates me.
Like well, she's from California, I believe, so she's probably one of them dumb valley girls.
Yeah.
Like,
well, anytime certain people are talking about certain people, I get DMs, let me know, and that's why I went in there that night.
I'm not sub to these people, so I don't know. I'm not sub to Isaac. I'm not sub to Steve.
Oh shit!
I'm not sub to any one of them.
I've been getting
live. I don't know.
Hey Dale, what's up? I've been getting
I'm not even sub to Blackout.
I've been getting certain DMs from some people from the other side that I did not expect to get. That I've been real quiet about, and I'm going to continue to be quiet about because it really blew my mind. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
He doesn't seem to have as much. Let me put the right word in place for this. Maybe as much power over some of them people as he thinks. That they're not happy with.
They're all seeing him crumble.
They're closet. They're in the closet, guys.
Even all the shit he's putting out against me. You look in the comments; it's all hate comments anyway against him.
I haven't seen maybe 2-3 likes with all of that I've seen, and it's usually either Whitney or Chris Gordon or that's really it.
Good luck this.
Yes, Lady BSC. Evo is, I mean, she's not new. She's been around for, I don't know, probably a couple months, but I think she's the newest one on panel.
Yeah, she's the most the new panel. Yeah. There's the other one that doesn't exist that they have over there too. Emily Fackler. She's just a square with a name.
Hey.
Is Brent still go up there? Because he doesn't say like 2 words during the whole fucking stream.
No, Robin, I don't listen, but I just get comments from people. I don't respond. I just get comments and I just keep track of them is all I'm saying, Robin. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, Charmin Harmon tried to go live himself not too long ago.
Well, his mommy let him.
I think he had like 8 or 9 viewers in there too.
Wow.
Jesus.
Well, what did he talk about? Baseball stats or basketball scores or something dumb like that?
I don't know. I just popped in there, said something. They hid me, and I dipped out.
Or does he pop like when he was on his own for a while? It was kind of pathetic. I'd see him go on Twitter and say, "I followed 2 people and unfollowed 1." Like, what the fuck, dude? Okay, thanks for the info.
I know, like the most fucking useless tweet in the history of fucking. Go ahead.
One thing I can say about Brent and Whitney and a lot of them other people, at least they're smart enough to like hide me and leave me hid. Evo's dumb hid me and then unhid me.
Yep.
She wanted the attention.
Well, she ain't getting it from Isaac because he's back probably with Nikki.
Oh, I pointed that out to her. I told her I was sorry.
Well, I wonder if her and her.
I don't believe that until I see it.
I wonder if her and her boyfriend are okay then, because Evo's got a boyfriend, right?
Oh.
Is that the one that was supposedly pregnant?
Her boyfriend?
Yeah, her boyfriend's fucking pregnant, Dago.
I mean, hey, with these people, who fucking knows?
I'm talking about her.
I have no idea. I didn't see or hear that, but
Charlie said something about that. Like, his online girlfriend's pregnant.
Oh, wasn't like La Chula or something like this?
I don't know who the fuck he's talking about.
Oh.
Chula.
Maybe it's that maggot-headed girl in his bed.
Yeah, he did say he was back with his ex, but that could be. Well, shit. If it's not Nikki, it's what?
He doesn't have an ex other than Nikki.
Well, the one that he made up.
Is imaginary.
The one he made up from high school.
Well, good for him.
Unless he considers Shannon his ex. Simon.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's probably Nikki. If you look at that Walgreens receipt, I mean,
there's no dates on that though, is there?
There's not.
Yeah, I looked at that and I was like,
it doesn't look old.
That could be old.
That's what I was thinking, but it doesn't look old. It looks like it's been. Okay, let's put it this way. Do you think he could really keep a receipt in that good a condition if it was old?
He might have taken a picture of it.
I mean, we've seen his house, so I'm just saying.
I'm thinking he probably took a picture of it long ago, went through his files, pulled out the picture, and fucking, did that.
Well, what were you going to say he was on the receipt, Popper?
So there was a few things that kind of came across as like maybe like an eyebrow shaper, like that, like for a female.
Oh yeah. The investigative reporter in him.
And because the item numbers are listed under every item, so all you got to do, like I said, like WLG or something like that, and I'm like, oh, Walgreens. So I looked up the item number and it came back to the eyebrow shaper, and I'm like, okay, and it was the exact same price, like $10.49 or whatever. Yeah, so it's Walgreens. So who spends $1,000 on cologne at Walgreens?
Who spends what?
Nobody.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about anybody that goes, you shop in Walgreens and they see a cologne or whatever and buys a bottle of cologne, but who buys $1,000 worth of cologne at Walgreens?
Nobody.
Like
nobody.
And also,
Walgreens sold $1,000 worth of fucking cologne.
They have colognes.
Every bottle
they have a decent shelf. Yeah, they have a decent amount of stuff, but nobody's going to spend $1,000.
And while we're on the subject, I'll point out a couple more things. One, he got ripped off because I know more than bottles of cologne I just bought for my oldest son for Christmas because he was using mine. And I think I paid maybe $55 for a 3.4 ounce bottle of Dolce & Gabbana.
Yeah, that's how much it is because I have the same fucking bottle.
Isaac paid $68 for a 1.6 ounce bottle.
That's why you don't buy your cologne at fucking Walgreens.
And I'd also like to point out that his excuse for buying mini bottles of cologne is that, why would I buy big bottles when I don't know what they smell like? So I went back to when he posted back in November pictures of all the colognes that he had bought in November. And March. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen that. There was 5 of them. There was the Dolce & Gabbana one. There was the, I think, Clinique Happy one.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Clinique Happy, that's a perfume for women, mind you.
Clinique or Happy has I'm pretty sure they have a female scent and a male scent.
Oh, that one that was there, my wife wears it. That's the female scent right there.
Oh, okay. Well,
so that was probably
he said that he buys the small bottles because he wants to know what they smell like before he buys a big bottle. Yet there's proof.
Don't they have samples?
He purchased those exact same colognes back in November. So
yeah, and he had like a polo red, polo black, polo blue.
Yeah, polo blue was another one that he bought back in November, and he bought again this time.
Multiples, yeah. So right.
And the what was the other?
I'll be right there.
All right.
The one was CK1 or CK something. The one that's for men and women.
Yeah, I don't think he bought that this time. There was a lot of like Nautica and stuff like that he bought in November because when I was sitting here at work last night, I called my son on the phone and I'm like, hey, I need you to jump on my computer. I'll give you the PIN number to log in. Go to this folder in this location and search the screenshots until you find the one that I'm looking for. And he FaceTimed me and he just scrolled through them real fast until I seen it. I'm like, stop. Now I need you to email me those 3 pictures. And those are the ones that I posted in the group chat last night that I marked with like 2, 3, 4, 5. So,
yeah.
I mean, everybody likes smelling good and shit, but like, I don't think I would spend that much money on cologne at once.
I buy a bottle at a time. Sometimes I'll buy, if they're on sale, I'll get two, but typically it's one at a time.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to take $1,000 and go buy fucking cologne?
Nothing. He's just talking, just like the fucking chain that he got that probably came from the gas station on the corner that they sell at the Arab stores I've seen around here.
Yeah, that's fucking fake too.
It's all material shit. It's always been that way. I got material things, so we talked about that with them fucking sunglasses. It's
like I shit at the flea market on Amazon or eBay knockoff.
They sell those at the fucking store too. They're knockoffs. I've seen them. Gas station.
I have a couple more expensive bottles of cologne that I buy for, that I buy for, but they're not a daily cologne because they're too damn like Tom Ford colognes and stuff like that. They're too damn expensive to wear every day. Right. So like the Dolce & Gabbana one, that's one that I wear, a couple times a week. Like Drakkar is another one, which I mean, a lot of people find that cliche, but I like the scent of it. So
that's one of my favorite of all time, actually.
Yeah, I love that cologne.
I still like regular Polo, and I wear that in high school, so there's nothing wrong with that.
I wear that a couple times a week, and then I've got I know I've got Obsession and I've got Obsessed for men, of course. Those I don't wear all that often because I got those as gifts, and they're not my favorite. But
I think I know exactly what you're saying though. Like the ones that are expensive, like the one I got, the Versace was $80, and it's not a huge bottle. I wear that on special occasions because that fucking shit ain't cheap, and it's, you know what I mean. It's strong. I mean, you don't need any more than a couple sprays of it, and you're good.
Well, I said something to Isaac last night that he got ripped off paying $68. I mean, like my Dolce & Gabbana cologne, I order that from Macy's, and I probably get ripped off too because I think you can probably get it in other places like fairly cheap. That shit's like $120 for a 5-ounce bottle. I think it's like right around $120 is what I pay for it.
55.
But 5 ounces.
It's $55 for the small bottle, I think, because that's the one I always get. But it lasts me like 6 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what, it's to me $120 for a bottle of cologne that's going to last me because I have, a few different ones that I wear, and so it's going to last me forever.
Right.
Now the Tom Ford one that one's expensive, but I only wear that like maybe 3 or 4 times a year. More than that. Maybe 3 or 4 times every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never once in my life thought, hey, I'm going to take pictures of my cologne and post them online.
Right. It's about trying to prove that you're something you're not. You know what I mean? Like nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care.
I guess he likes the fucking cologne.
You can take pictures of your soap bottle, your a bar of soap, or your shampoo bottles too. Like what the fuck? Excuse me.
My Dr. Squatch. That's the only soap I use is Dr. Squatch.
Me too. Well, I use that. I'm sorry. I use both that and I use like the Dial antibacterial shit too. But like when I'm showering and stuff, that's for like washing hands. I mean, the showering, I use the Dr. Squatch. I have the Pine Tar and the Alpine Falls is what I use. So,
I have the Pine Tar. I don't use that very often because it's black and it has a tendency to like stain the tub. So I don't use that one a whole lot. I've got I think it's spearmint and basil. That's the one that I'm currently using.
That smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that. My son was just telling me the other day, he said that they're having some kind of special, like I think it's like special fragrances or something of Dr. Squatch that they're selling at a reasonable price. And he's like, I was thinking about buying a bunch of it, and I'm like, why?
They just did. We just bought four bars of it. It was for my wife just ordered it for us. Me and my youngest son. 4 for $20 or something like that.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, that's what I think it's for. It's like 21 and some change. I think we got 4 bar, and they last for quite a while. They're pretty thick bars of soap. So
yeah, well, I was telling him, I'm like, why would you buy? Because he was talking about buying like 10 or 12. So maybe it was 12 if they're 4 for $20. So
yeah,
maybe he was
probably. That way you just have them and you don't have to work because they're not typically that cheap. I mean, it's good soap. You know what I'm saying? But
right. But we have so much of it at home already. I mean, we probably have. My youngest son doesn't use it at all. My oldest son he's got certain scents that he likes, so he uses his, and then I have mine. But between me and my oldest son, we probably have 15 or 20 bars of that stuff that's like just in a drawer,
right,
that hasn't even been opened yet.
Yeah, my 15-year-old is more into like the Axe stuff. That's what he likes.
That's what I use. I don't like using bar soap, even though it's your family. You know what I mean? Somebody takes a shower before you, and like a couple hours later, you go in there and you pick the fucking bar of soap up, and it's got hair stuck to it and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, that's what my youngest son uses. He uses like body wash, either Axe body wash or I have in my bathroom, I have a cabinet that's just packed full. I've got probably 50 bottles of body wash. I got enough toothbrushes and toothpaste to last freaking 6 lifetimes, and bars of soap. I mean, dozens and dozens of bars of soap, because I went through a period probably about a year ago. I went through a period where I was just like buying, like every time I went to the store, I was spending like $30-$40 and just buying a bunch of that stuff. At one time I had so much freaking toilet paper. And it wasn't because of the pandemic or anything like that. This was well after the toilet paper shortage and all that stuff. But every time I would go and buy the body wash and the soaps and toothbrushes and all that stuff, I would buy a big package of toilet paper. So I had like probably a dozen big packages of toilet paper at the top of my cabinet.
I have a ton of storage in my bathroom, and I do the same thing. I'll go
usually buy the
20 rolls in a pack, and I'll
buy that's cool.
And I'll take them out of the package and I stack them up because I have a cabinet right next to my toilet, so it'll last me 2 fucking months or more.
Yeah, we buy ours
from like 20 rolls. I go buy more. I do the same thing with paper towels. I do the same thing with everything.
Are you still awake, Rachel?
Yeah, no, I'm back.
Okay.
The son, for some reason, I guess Rachel knows about this. I was gonna go do I'm getting to it. Hold your horses. Don't. So a couple of weeks ago, I was gonna go do the dishes, and I'm like, where the hell is my dish soap?
Go ahead.
I'm like, where the hell is my damn dish soap? I had a giant bottle of like the Dawn Platinum or something like that.
You told me this.
And I could not find that dish soap. I looked everywhere, in the kitchen, underneath the cabinets, in the cabinets where everything else is, like everywhere, in the bathroom, like over by the washing, like in the utility
I know where
room.
you're going with this one too, because I heard the story.
And I asked my son, I'm like, I even looked in the bathroom. Didn't think to look in the shower, because why would dish soap be in the shower? I asked my son, I'm like, do you know where the hell? I looked in his room too, because he has paints and paint brushes that he uses for certain things. And I thought maybe he used it for that. So I asked him, and he's like, oh, and he started walking towards the bathroom. It was in the damn shower. And I'm like, what in the hell did you have a bottle of dish soap in the shower for? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, wow.
Did he bring pots and pans in with him too, just to get that out of the way while he was showering?
I mean,
my kids wouldn't know how to wash a dish if their life depended on it.
Dawn has a high petroleum base to it, so maybe he was just lonely.
I mean, we got freaking conditioner and shit for that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. I don't want to think of myself.
That's true.
Well, at least you can say he was in the shower with Dawn.
Not for that kind of stuff. I don't buy
in the shower with Dawn. She was fucking nice.
I don't want people to think that I buy conditioner specifically for my sons to take care of business in the shower. That's not what it's for. But
I mean that's pretty much what you just said, but that's okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why I clarified, because that's not what I meant.
Right? It's all good, sir. We all have boys. Well,
and we were all, well, other than Rachel, we were all boys once.
We were all boys too. Exactly. I was going to say that next, but right. I mean, it is what it is. Sorry, Rachel.
I'm good.
She's like,
Totally good.
She's like,
Yeah,
slightly traumatized, but I'm okay.
Lady BSC said, I'm glad my boys are not listening. They don't need any tips. Yeah, I had 5 boys in the house at one time, so we couldn't keep conditioner here. We had to hide it.
We have, I may have told this in a group call or something like that. I know for sure I've told Rachel these stories and stuff. We have shit. There's weird shit that happens at our house that nobody will fess up to, like the dish soap in the bathroom. Like, so my son was like, I'm like, because I asked him, I'm like, why the hell did you have dish soap? And he's like, I didn't. I'm like, well, how did it get in here? He's like, I don't know. You know, he's like, I don't know.
But he knew where it was.
We had, when I first bought my house, I bought a wastebasket for next to the toilet.
Oh
that wastebasket sat there for a couple months or a month or something like that. And then all of a sudden I went in there one day and it was gone. I asked my kids, what happened to the wastebasket? I don't know. It didn't just like vanish.
You still don't know where it's at?
No. And that's been 2 years ago.
What the fuck? See, that's just, I bet you something happened and they just had to throw it away. That way you'd never see it.
Yeah,
that is my thought.
It has to be what it is. I mean, my kids have done shit like that too. Something disappears and you're like, okay, it just doesn't get up and walk away, so it's gone. Well, my youngest son, for some reason, thought that it was going to be cute because one of his chores is to do dishes, right? Well, I started noticing silverware disappearing, and I'm like, what the fuck? We just bought silverware. Silverware doesn't go away. You don't lose it in the sink. You don't lose it. Okay?
The White House.
So I'm like, why do we have like 3 forks left? We had 35 forks, and we have 3 forks left. Where the fuck are the forks? So I start looking around. Of course, a lot of it I found under his bed with bowls, dishes, glasses, and everything else. So that had to stop. So I found 4 of them. So we had 7 forks now. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I started watching this kid when he's doing dishes. He'd get down to the silverware and do that last, okay? And I'm watching him. One time I watched him take 4 spoons and a knife and a couple forks and just throw them in the garbage. And I'm like,
I was gonna say
scared the shit out of him too.
I come throwing them away instead of washing them.
He did it with a couple glasses too, and I was like, boom! Freaked out. He jumped out of his fucking shoes, and I said, I caught you. I knew you were doing some dumb shit like that. Now get him out of the damn garbage and wash the fucking things. No, he don't do that no more.
I would suspect that's what happens to my silverwares, except my kids don't do dishes.
They just throw shit away.
I don't know. I mean, the glasses I can kind of understand, especially since we have a cat that likes to knock anything and everything off of any surface that you like. If she can get it ends up on the floor. So, and I know she's broken a few glasses.
That's why we have plastic cups now.
But so I had a complete set, well, 2 complete sets of these like ceramic coffee cups. So I don't know. I don't remember how many there were, like 8 maybe. And we have like 2 left. Like, where the hell does that kind of shit go? I have no idea.
They might break them by accident and just throw them away.
Well, we were losing glasses. Like, I had 8 different sets of glasses, like the rocks glasses and the taller glasses and the medium ones. And then we had some that looked like mason jars, okay? And the mason jars are hard to break. They're real thick, but the other ones were real like thin. So they were disappearing one by one, and it'd be either the cat knocking shit off a table or my son dropping it on the floor when he's washing dishes because he doesn't do it over the sink. He'll pick up a glass and turn with his hand soapy and drop it on the floor. It's like, oops, that happened again, huh? Yeah, well, you didn't learn the first time. So, I mean, again, my son has his own set of issues, so that's all what it is. But so we have a lot of plastic cups now.
This is
break.
This is kind of on topic, but a little bit off topic. Do any of you know what Corel is?
Oh yeah, it's mostly unbreakable.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a Corel dish break?
Yes, I have.
That thing shatters into like tiny little slivers.
It's almost like a
little slivers. You're right. We had one
Yep.
just the other day break. It was a plate. It was like 17 or 18 years old. It dropped flat on its not flat on the floor, like flat. It landed flat, perfectly flat, and it just shattered. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, you
it
know what we're
almost breaks
talking
like
about,
tempered
Rachel?
glass.
What'd you say,
What?
Penny?
I said
it almost
I
breaks
asked
like in a
Rachel,
million pieces, like tempered glass.
Yeah.
I asked Rachel if she knew what we were talking about, Corel.
I do. I'm not that young. Jeez.
All right. I mean, they still make Corel. Corel's still around.
Yeah, but that's all anybody used back when we were kids.
Yeah, that's all I buy because my kids break everything. So, but I don't think there's only been one instance of us having an issue with any of our Corel dishes breaking, and that was because of me, because I lost my temper. But you can drop them things, and 99% of the time you can drop them, and they're loud as hell, but they will not.
Yeah.
They will not.
They're really loud. I don't understand that either. Why they are so loud? I don't know what the hell they're made out of. But so you're saying when you get mad, you throw dishes, Popper?
I don't even remember. This was years ago. My kids were they were both preteens. They did something. I don't even remember what it was. And like it just struck me wrong, and I got mad, and I broke damn near every plate in my cabinet.
You know what shatters and what's loud is, those Corel casserole dishes?
Like Pyrex?
Yeah, they're kind of like Pyrex, but Corel makes them too. They're white, and there's a couple different sizes.
Yeah.
They have the clear glass lid.
Yep.
I dropped one of those.
They usually have that blue flower thing on the side.
Yeah, or green or yellow or whatever color. Yeah. I think ours was yellow. But anyway, it was white with the yellow flowers, and it had the clear the clear glass lid. And we were taking it for somebody's house. My wife had made something. And I dropped it, and it shattered. I was outside, thank God. It was in my driveway, but it went like 50 yards in both directions, and it just everywhere. I was like, Jesus. But yeah, it broke. Shattered.
Yeah. Lady VSC, if you have an issue with your dishes, what's up, Pookie? If you have an issue with your dishes breaking, definitely buy Corel, because those things are damn near indestructible.
Yeah,
and they're not like entirely expensive. I want to say they're probably like maybe $50 or something like that for a set.
I think you can get a set with the plates, bowls, the smaller salad plates, and even coffee, like the little coffee cups for like $60 or $68 was the last set that we bought as a gift for somebody.
Yeah, I've had the set, two sets of dishes that I've had for probably 10 years. So I'm not sure.
They have them at Walmart, and I still have some like random ones in my cupboard that belong to my grandmother that I got when I moved out on my own by myself that still haven't broke. That's how old they are and how they last.
I've had the same set of dishes for 2 years. And it's just solid black plates, cups, and bowls. And I have, knock on wood, went 2 years without putting a chip in one. Because when you put a chip in a black fucking thing, the stuff underneath is white, so it stands out like crazy. So,
Pookie rolled in like he's here to fuck shit up.
What's up, Pookie?
Pooka pook poke.
Pookie pook. So now first it was meat, now it's dishes. Okay. The price isn't bad, honestly, because if you look at other stuff, Lady VSC, there's cheaper made dishes that I've seen that are way more expensive because there's some kind of a design type material or some shit in there. They're garbage. They break when if you have a dishwasher, you can wash them in a dishwasher one time and they crack. I mean, they're so shitty. These Corel plates are. I'm gonna have to look up what they're made out of, or if they're coated with something, because they're really, really strong.
My son does the dishes at my ex-wife's house, but he's spoiled. He's got a friggin' Samsung dishwasher. So all he's got to do is load it and unload it. Like, he doesn't have to literally do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Except for transfer. Put them in when they're dirty, take them out when they're clean.
My son does dishes, takes out the garbage. He's supposed to clean his room. That don't happen.
No, my son's room looks like a fucking a bomb went off in there.
Mine too. He helps with vacuuming and sweeping floors. And he will. I'm trying to teach him to do his own laundry now, which that's a joke too. But only because he likes to change his clothes 17 times a day for God knows whatever reason, and then he'll put something on for 5 minutes, take it off, throw it in dirty clothes, and I'm like, no.
Oh, my ex-wife said my son's been doing the same thing. He's been wanting to do his own laundry because, you know, he'll do the same thing. He'll wear something to school, come home, and then put something else on.
Right. That's what this one does.
You know, she has a washer and dryer upstairs in the bathroom. It's a big bathroom. And he just does his own stuff. She's like, I'm surprised he started just doing it on his own.
We did it with all our kids just to teach them how to take care of themselves and stuff as they get older. It's just, you know, you give them chores and this and that. Especially when we had 7 here at one time. That was rough. So everybody did something for that shit. So
yeah, I'm really good at that. Ain't I, Rachel?
Yeah.
What's that? Bless you.
Thank you.
Making my kids responsible for themselves.
No, not at all. He spoils them. They're his babies.
Well, listen, my kids. When I bless you again. When I had all 7,
picked up my nose, so I'm gonna mute myself while I have a sneeze attack.
Gotcha. See, they used to fight against doing their chores, and they'd lie about it. They'd trade their chores off for other things. And I was a dick because they were stuck back in the day on their Xbox, and they wouldn't do this or do that. And they hated me for a while because one time I went in, none of them had done any of their chores, but they're upstairs there's 4 or 5 of them all upstairs playing Xbox together at one time, and they're ignoring me. So I was like, okay. I got you, and I walked upstairs with a pair of fucking hemming scissors, and I cut cords to the TVs, to the Xbox, to everything that was there. I mean, and then after I did it, I walked away like, what the fuck did I just do? Because I paid for it.
Hopefully you were able to replace them, but what you did was you went and taught them a lesson to listen to you.
Oh, I did. They about shit themselves, too. They were crying, and then I took one time I took the Wi-Fi router and slammed it in the middle of the fucking driveway because I was tired of that, too. But then again, I paid for it. And I have to go pay for the replacements too. I mean, the cords luckily were replaceable, but it was just the whole point to it. You know what I mean? You're gonna ignore me, then you ain't playing.
I've done that kind of stuff a few times, but not nearly enough. My big thing used to be turning so with Xfinity, you can go in and you can like block certain devices, and you can set I used to set my kids as like all their devices to disconnect from the Wi-Fi at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
Right.
And if one of them really pissed me off, I would just turn off their Wi-Fi. Or if they annoyed me a little bit, I would turn it off and then give it a couple seconds and then turn it back on.
Right.
And then listen to them bitch because they got kicked out of an online game, and then wait for them to get back into it and do it again.
I had one crying, screaming because he was right in the middle of something that he was just getting ready to fix. And I pulled the plug on the Wi-Fi, and I hear up from upstairs like, "Oh my God!" He's flipping out. I'm like, "What's wrong? What happened?" The Wi-Fi. What did you? I said, "I didn't do anything. It must have just went out for a minute. I'm sorry." I told them down the road later that I did it, and they both looked at me like, "You're an asshole." I have a set of twins that are like everything they do together. So
usually that kind of stuff, I was just trying to be funny. Like I have that. There's like an Xbox app where you can control the Xbox from your mobile device. So I used to use that to do stuff with them, to mess with them while they're or use it to like change their username on Xbox Live or put like status updates that were embarrassing to them. So usually that kind of stuff I was just trying to be funny. They usually didn't think it was funny, but
well, they thought they got me one time because I threatened to cut their cords again. And they're like, you ain't gonna do it because you don't want to pay for it again because you replaced all this and this. And I said, okay, I got your asses. So I went to Dollar Tree one time. They were at school, and I found all these little tiny little padlocks, and they fit through the holes in the end of the fucking plugs that plug into the wall. And I was trying to find. I was just gonna get these zip tie things, and I was looking at these like you can cut through zip ties. You know what I mean? So I bought 4 of these padlocks, and I padlocked their TV, their radio, and their fucking game system. So they come home and they're all unplugged, which they were pissed about that to begin with. So they go to plug them in and they're like, what the hell? I could hear them upstairs. They were motherfucking me thinking I'm standing down at the bottom of the stairs and I'm like, you guys might want to watch your language if you guys want the keys to those little locks that you got up there. And they're like, nothing. You don't hear a word. I'm sitting downstairs laughing. My wife comes home. She's like, what did you do? Nothing. So then they all come because those were her kids. Well, 2 of them were mine, but the 2 that were really bothered were her kids. They heard her come in the door. They come barreling down the stairs. They're like, Mom, you put padlocks on our cords. She's like, what? I said, I put padlocks on the cords. She goes, how the fuck do you do that? I said, go look. She goes all the way upstairs, and I hear her laughing her ass off. She's like, that's a new one. But it worked. They fit. Those tiny little padlocks fit right through the 2 holes that are in the ends of the plugs. It was hilarious.
Yeah, lady, that's the same issue I have. My oldest son is just like me. He's fairly I've never had issues with him. My youngest son is just like his mom, and I've had nothing but issues with him. And then my girls live with me, so I've never really had to deal with them like on that level.
Mine were all assholes when they were teenagers. They're all pretty good now.
My son's decent. Like, he's been giving his mother problems about going to school lately, and he gets up and he's really grumpy, you know, and he gives her a hard time. Like, she called me yesterday in the morning, and she's like, you know, your boy doesn't want to go to school. And I'm like, put him on the phone. And he's like, what? I'm like, don't fucking what me. Really? I'm like, why are you giving your mother a hard time? I should get your fucking ass dressed and get ready for the fucking bus. And if I hear any different that you did, I'm coming down there. Really, Dad, really. I'm like, this shit's gonna stop.
I think it's the age, Kenny, because mine don't.
Puberty and shit, but don't give your mother a hard time. I don't fucking want to hear this shit.
Mine don't want to wake up. It takes 45 minutes to wake him up. And I have to literally almost drag him out of the bed by his toe to get him up because he doesn't want to fucking go to bed at night. And I tell him all the time. And then he doesn't want to go to school. Can't I just stay home? No, you can't just stay home. Well, what can I go remote? No, you can't go remote because he needs extra help because of his ADHD and stuff. Excuse me. And it's like, why do I have to go? I said, because you do, like the rest of us have always gone to school. What kind of question is that?
Not to mention it's the fucking law. You'll have a truancy.
Oh, right. I told him that. He didn't believe me. I said, you know what? If I let you stay home, they'll come and get me and put me in jail for it. And he just looked at me like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look he gave me. Little dick.
I never had that issue with either of my kids. They would ask me sometimes, when I wake them up in the morning, they would ask, like, can we stay home today? And if I told them no, I mean, they might have a little bit of an attitude, but they never really argued with me about it. The only time I ever had any like arguments is if one of them was sick. If one of them was sick and staying home, the other one thought they had the right to stay home. Yeah. And if I told them no, that they, you know, you're not sick, you're going to school, then they would throw a fit.
I went through a little phase where he was getting bullied pretty bad, and I kept him home then, you know, just until I could get things squared away and so on and so. What's up, Kimberly? So on and so forth. But for the most part, I don't believe in that.
My son's pretty popular in school. You know, he's got a lot of friends. He's been going to the same school district forever. You know, he's grew up with all the kids around him and shit like that. He's just I think what he wants to do is not go to school and just sit home on his phone all day or watch fucking movies.
That's what mine wants to do, or be on his video game.
It's like, well, buddy, you can't fucking just sit home and play on your phone.
Well, Fortnite, I got. Luckily, he's on vacation this week. They have their spring break till Friday, and he's like, his grades aren't the greatest. And I went to the store the other day, and he's like, "Can I go with you?" You don't ever want to go anywhere with me, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So we go, and he's like, "Can we go to the dollar store?" I'm like, "For what?" I don't remember where I had to go. He's like, "I just want to go in the dollar store." And I'm thinking, like, why the hell does this kid want to go to the dollar store? I didn't even think about it. So I go in, and he goes, beelines right for where they have the card for like Fortnite for V-Bucks and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
He grabs 2 of those, and I'm like, okay. And he goes, "Can I get these?" And I said, "You're not really doing that great with your grades right now. Why should I do that?" So here smart ass, he goes and goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot," and pulls his wallet out. He's got money in his wallet. And I was like, damn, okay. I can't tell him no if he's gonna buy it with his own money. So plus they're on vacation like this week for like spring break. So I'm like, well, I'm kind of soft in some senses with him. And I'm like, go ahead.
That sounds familiar.
Update for Fortnite or some shit. So I don't know. So that's what he's been doing pretty much. What is today? Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it Friday. He's been doing it all weekend, so he'll probably be doing it all week. Although I'll say this much, he does get bored with it sometimes, and he'll just come down and he'll start flipping through channels on this TV.
Read what Bowser.
Yeah, I've seen it. Them bottles of Cologne have they've probably already been up there.
We're triggered about his perfume.
Wouldn't be surprised if Chris Gordon hasn't either.
A brush sticks up your butt.
Did my DM annoy you, Rachel?
No.
So we're triggered about his cologne.
Nobody's triggered. It was just a topic of conversation because it's funny.
I was gonna say, if anything, it was more of a fucking joke.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Definitely not triggered.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You can spend $5,000. You can spend $1 million on cologne. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, blow it like you want.
How you have that much cologne and you still look like you stink?
That's pretty bad when somebody looks like they stink.
Right?
Yeah,
I can't smell him, but goddamn, I can see the stink. Maybe those aren't moles on his face; they're flies.
Ew.
That's fucking nasty.
Oh, he is nasty. So
this is true.
We're not laughing with you, Isaac. We're laughing
at you.
That's the thing he doesn't seem to understand. Ever. Whatever. Yes,
so
man.
Fucking dickhead. Everything's funny. Like when it comes our way, though. Like,
he said it's okay.
Look at this picture. I found the picture on social media. Look at it. I was like, okay, if it was public and you found it, you fucking dick. I wasn't trying too hard to find it.
I told him yesterday, like, don't brag about spending $1,000 on cologne. Brag about buying your kids some shoes that fit. Because we all seen them damn pictures of them shoes that look like they're like 5 sizes too big. And then he said,
Salvation
Army. The ones on Samaya were way too big.
They probably got them from church.
He said, first they were too small, then they were too big. I don't remember anybody saying that they had shoes that were too small. Them damn things are like, they're huge.
They probably got them through the church, I'm telling you.
Oh, probably.
Where they get most of their shit.
Didn't he post a picture of his refrigerator tonight? Yay for being an adult and buying a refrigerator. Congratulations.
How do you even? Yeah, he got his fucking food stamps early.
He probably rented it. It's probably a rental.
I was going to say, it's probably not in his fucking refrigerator.
I guarantee you he got his tax refund check. He'll be broke again in a couple weeks.
How the fuck do people get tax refunds? I guess it's child credit, but how the fuck do people get tax refunds when they don't even pay taxes?
No,
and then you got people like me that pay taxes, and I had to pay in this year.
He's got 4 kids, earned income credit, child tax credit.
He probably got close to 10 grand in his tax return because of all the kids.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure 5,000.
Now he's a fucking a baller.
I mean,
I'm sure 5,000
government handout
a week on DoorDash.
That's if you have taxable income. So he probably, and I'm sure he's in the lowest tax bracket. So he probably gets a shit ton back.
Like I said,
but if you have
all 4 kids claiming head of household.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I personally had to pay in this year. I don't care. I'll do it. It wasn't a lot
taking
of money.
off, Kimberly. Have a good night.
But
Thanks
it's people like me.
Good night, Kimberly.
Like Rachel and Papa and shit that pay in and pay fucking taxes every week. You know, I get paid bi-weekly anyway. But like, you know, I pay fucking so much tax every year, and it's all going to stupid shit like people like him. And all he's doing is sitting on his fat ass, just fucking laughing at everybody.
I had to pay into the state this year. I still have 2 dependent children, so I didn't have to pay into federal. But that'll change.
I couldn't claim my kid this year. My ex-wife did, as we filed because we're divorced. But you know, just doing that on my own, I barely broke even with the state, and then federal, I owed like $480. But I already paid it. Like,
I also pay in extra. You know how you can, when you set up your taxes or when you start a new job.
Yeah.
You know, you claim your like exemptions and all that stuff, but then you could add extra. So I pay extra every week in federal taxes. Just because I don't want to get into the situation. My taxes are screwed up, but I just don't want to get into the situation where I have to pay in at the end of the year. So, and with the tax, with all that stuff changing last year, I haven't really got it figured out. Like I used to be able to, you know, figure out like, this is what I can do. And I still won't have to pay in at the end of the year, but I haven't figured this new one out. So I've got my tax withholding set up, and then I pay an extra amount every week.
I'm confused now. That's okay though.
What are you confused about?
What he just explained.
Oh, you can opt to have extra federal tax taken out of your check.
Yeah, you can do.
So the chances that you have to pay in at the end.
No, I knew that, but what I was saying, I was trying to read something that Lady VSC wrote and listen to him at the same time, and I got completely lost on it. So I apologize.
And I don't know if it's like this in every state, but you can do the same thing with your state, which I don't do that with my state. This year, I wish I would have.
State taxes are not really that high over here. Like it's 7% on like sales tax and stuff like that. But like I normally always break even. Or even when I was married, and we claimed our kid and the house and all of, you know, both our jobs and shit, we would only get like $400 back a year, like from the state.
Right.
You know what I mean? We'd get like $5,000 to $7,000 back a year, because we'd write all kinds of shit off. You know what I mean?
I'll
we
tell
didn't
you what.
use H&R Block. We used an accountant. You know, so
I miss the days when we had 7 kids here as compared to 1, because we get a lot less than we used to get.
Yeah, I bet. But now, you know, she got a little bit of money back this year and stuff like that. But like, you know, it is what it is. You know?
Right. All right, boys. It's 10:30.
Go to bed.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to bed.
Edie.
I'll message you guys tomorrow, and I'll talk to everybody else later on.
All right.
Have sweet dreams of bangers and mash.
Ew, why would you do such a thing to me? All right. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, it makes a
I'm
big
stuck
difference.
in the middle with you.
Yeah, you're right. You're riding bitch now.
No, I'm stuck in the middle, literally, between you two.
Right. Bangers and math. Jesus, Cookie.
I'm in a fucking Dago Pulpa sandwich.
Yep. It's all good. Oh, man. What a shitty day.
See any good movies lately?
No, I was all kind of fuckered up last night. Like I said, I had blood pressure issues, so I was all weirded out last night, and I didn't really pay attention to anything. And up and down, up and down, up and down. So like I said, I called a couple friends from the fire department to come over and do some testing on me, so before I took myself to a doctor or something. But I don't know. It seems to be down. I haven't checked it today since this morning, but we'll seem to be okay.
I take blood pressure, man. Metoprolol.
I have a new one that my doctor's getting it. I haven't started it yet, but I guess I'm gonna.
Oh, you better get on it.
Yeah. Yep.
If you're having blood pressure issues, but everybody in my family has high blood pressure. But I've been on only a couple of years, but I take it and I feel fine.
Right. Are you still in here, Happy? I don't see ya.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Be Happy in a while.
No, I haven't seen her since
the beginning of the stream, right?
Yeah.
She might have bumped up. Is Tina live?
I think Tina was live at one point. I don't know if she still is. Let me look real quick.
Usually if Happy's here and Tina goes live, Happy jumps over there, which that's fine. But I haven't seen her in, I don't know, probably an hour.
No, Tina is not live right now.
Maybe we're just bored. Oh, there she is. There she is. 45 vitamins a day. What the fuck, Pookie?
Pookie, that's they do make multivitamins. You can take one.
Right. Yeah, I'm just a little out of it, Kimberly. Tired. Old.
Yeah. You and me both.
I'll be all right.
We're all getting old.
I'll get back to the norm.
I got up yesterday morning at I was supposed to work days today. Today, tomorrow. Wait, what day is today?
Monday.
I'll be right back.
It's still Monday.
Yeah, so I was supposed to work days today, tomorrow. Then I was going to have to do a night shift Wednesday night. Then I was going to have Thursday off, and then days on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I was going to go to my normal schedule, which would be all days. But shit blew up here yesterday. Well, I got called in to ask if I could go to another location. The location that I used to work at until I got supervisor at the place that I'm at now. So I'm like, I went ahead and agreed to do it, and it was night shift. So I worked night shift. So I got up yesterday at 9:00, and I got called I got texted, I think at like 11 or 11:30 or something like that. So I was up from 9 a.m. yesterday until probably about 8 a.m. this morning. And then I went to bed and got up at about 2:30 this afternoon. So last night I was pretty damn tired sitting here, and tonight I kind of feel like shit. And now it looks like, because I got called in to work at the other location last night. I was only there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I found out that I had to come to my regular place because shit blew up. And today had a Zoom meeting and somebody got fired.
Uh-oh.
So now I've got to work nights for the next 10 days in a row. So
That sucks.
It'll be a good check. It's an 84 hour check next week.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but you're going to be burnt the shit out.
I mean, no, not really. Like I've pretty much said I don't do anything. I just sit here. I sit here. So I'll sit here and I'll sit here until you guys end the stream, and then I'll probably watch YouTube videos, play games on my phone, something.
Sounds like fun.
You're not tired?
A little bit. I'm not really tired right now. I feel a little shitty. Like I got a little bit of a headache. But I'll be all right. I mentioned on live stream a little bit. I've talked to Dago about that other job.
How's that? Anything new coming on with that?
What's that?
Anything new with that?
No, I kind of have a doubt that it's going to happen now because I got to work the next 7 days in a row, so I'm not going to be able to do those CPL classes.
That kind of sucks. Like, could you explain that to them, and maybe they would work with you, or no?
The situation we're in right now, there's no other option.
That sucks.
There's me and one other person, and somebody has to be here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
So there's no option. I have to work the next 7 days.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Are they not trying to hire people? Or?
Oh no, so we've got a third guy that 1 second. So we got, what's today's date?
21st, I think.
Yeah. So we've got a third guy, but the state requires 2 solid weeks of training before they can be on their own.
Oh.
So even if I hired somebody tomorrow, there would be 2 weeks that, there would still be shifts that need to be covered. So
what the hell would they do if you just walked out, dude? It sounds like they'd be screwed.
They would. They would. They would have to have somebody come from another part of the state.
Wow. You think that they would want to have things set up to where they have a backup? You know what I mean?
We did. We did for a few years. But I mean, who wants to? So the guy we had he's a commercial airline pilot. He was our backup.
Right.
And he got into this because he wanted something for when he retired, something that he could make a little, his thought was by then maybe he could become full-time and still, get his retirement from being a commercial airline pilot, and then also make a decent amount of money doing, this. But until he retired, it was like every time he was needed and we called him, well, I'm scheduled to be flying here or there, or he was never available. So we just kind of got rid of him.
Gotcha.
And it's going to be, it's unless we find somebody like that. I mean, who wants to hire onto a job where they may work 1 day a month, because that's all it would be.
No, I got you. What's up, Tina? Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Flower, welcome.
We've had people at my work, like 2 people in 1 day quit, like last year. Left us fucked. Like, all these jobs to do, all these runs and shit like that, and one ass to drive a truck. Okay. Then you got owners in the trucks, and they're pissed, and they're fucking yelling at you, or fucking, because they don't want to be in the truck. They want to be behind the fucking desk. You want to kill these fucking people when you do that. But, they're the first ones, coming looking for their fucking paychecks the following Friday.
No problem. Thanks for jumping in, Flower.
We're kind of in a rough spot right now, because we have between the 2 locations, we have 2 trainees that can't be on their own. We have 1 person that got fired today, and we've got another person that is going to be quitting fairly soon. So we're kind of in a bad spot right now.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, and if something happens, if I'm able to get my CPL and get this other job, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's more money though, right?
Actually, no.
Oh, it's not.
No. It's going to be a pay cut. It's going to be a small pay cut, but it's going to be like a less, like, I guess, I mean, my job isn't stressful, but there's always some bullshit going on.
Yeah, everybody's job like that, I think.
Yeah.
Even if there's always some shit going on with me too, like whether it's other employees or fucking bosses or trucks breaking down or anything. It's never a dull friggin' day. Okay.
Yeah, there's like, this is the most, it's the most independent job I probably have ever had, but it's also got the most drama of any place I've ever worked, it's a weird thing.
Probably because it is so independent.
I sit here 12 hours by myself. I see somebody for a couple minutes in the morning. I see somebody for a couple minutes in the afternoon when I come back in, or, however it works. But it's always some bullshit. Always.
I'm alone all day myself, but unless I got dispatch on my shit. But other than that, I'm just alone in my truck. I prefer it actually.
I do too.
It doesn't bother me. You know, some people need to be around people constantly. I really don't. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just, you know, I listen to my radio. I'll put my videos onto my phone or something like that while I'm doing my shit. And I'm just fine.
Yeah, that's true, Broken.
Mm-hmm. My other phone is an Android. I'm trying to figure it out how to fucking download apps. I have this big page of apps, but like, where do you go to, like settings or something? What? Because on Apple, there's an app store. Over here, like where the fuck?
There's a Play Store, Google Play Store on Android.
Okay. Well, maybe
Actually a lot easier and they're free, yes, compared to the iPhone.
No, that was Google TV. I've only ever dealt with that, and then I got this Android phone, and I'm like, I don't fucking like it whatsoever.
Yeah, just click on Google Play Store, and everything's in there you can think of.
Okay, I found it. Because there was 20 different things that said Google on it, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a little one that looks like a shopping bag.
I got it.
Like I said, you don't have to pay for them like you guys do with Apple.
What do you mean?
Most of the good apps that you get through iPhones or through Apple, you got to pay for everything.
No, I don't really pay for anything, but
I'm the same way, Lady BSC. I never could use one.
I love my Apple, my iPhone. But I've had Apple for at least 12 years. The last 12 years.
That's the way it usually works. Most people that have iPhones usually love them, and most people that have Androids usually hate them. Or usually hate iPhones. So that's pretty much how it works.
I got one of each, but I don't like this fucking phone. It's like, but I'm so used to the other one, my Apple. Before my Apple, I think I had a Razor. Remember those phones, the flip phones?
Yep.
The Razor, and then I had like a BlackBerry, and then I went to Apple, and I've never turned back. I've always just upgraded over the years.
I hated my BlackBerry. I hated that thing with a passion.
My first ever phone was a Nokia. It was like blue and silver.
I had that one too.
And to text message on that fucking thing, you had to hit the number so many times to get the letter you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a pain in the ass.
The hell was it called? The Nokia 6560 or something like that.
Yeah, I fucking hated that thing. It's probably in a landfill right now. It's still half a battery.
It never went dead though. Never.
Yeah, you could, I don't know. The minute I was introduced to Apple products, it was by my ex-wife when we first got together. It was years after. She always had them, and I was
we had them.
And then I was like, okay. She's like, just try one, and I have not turned back. I won't buy another phone.
I've had an iPhone for a lot of years, and then last spring I started having a lot of issues with my iPhone, and I'm like, fuck iPhone. I'm never getting another iPhone. I ended up getting the Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus, and
that's a good phone.
It does have a much better camera, but I don't take a lot of pictures.
I don't take a lot of pictures either.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing to me, but I hated it because I was so used to iOS using. Yeah, I could not get used to it. So in the fall, my son's phone broke and he wanted a new phone. And the new iPhones were coming out like real soon, like the next week. So I'm like, well, you can have this the Samsung Galaxy, and I'll just get a new phone. And I did that. And as soon as I got the new iPhone, I wish I would have kept the Samsung Galaxy. I have I think it's a 13 Plus, and it's tiny compared to the S21 Plus.
Yeah. I have the LG Stylo 6 or 7. I can't remember, but it's been one of the best phones I've ever had. And now I guess they're going to get rid of them. So I don't know what the fuck, but that's time for me to get a new phone.
iPhone. How much is the one you got, Papa? This phone here, I traded my other one in on it, and they gave me a lot of money off, but the initial price of it was almost $1,000.
Yeah, they didn't give me shit off. I just had to get mine. Hold on a second. Let me go into my account and look.
Like, that's a lot of money for a fucking phone, but I mean,
they're all expensive, but we have them.
No, they're like fucking crack cocaine to people these days.
I mean, I remember when I bought the Samsung Note, the first one I had. First of all, it was too fucking big. I just got it because of what it was, and everybody was getting them, and I'm like, yeah, great. Yeah. I got it. It was like having a tablet. I'm like, what the fuck? This is just too big.
They are big.
I had an upgrade on my account, which took off so much money, and I still ended up paying like $380 for this. And I thought that was a good deal because I think the phone was like $1,200 when it first came out. So that's the other thing I don't like Apple for. Their phones are so fucking expensive.
Yeah, the 8, I had an 8. The one I traded in, it was 8 Plus. Had 256 megabyte.
Yeah,
shit like that. They gave me like $500 for it. You know what I mean? So I only had to pay like half the price of this 13 that I have.
Right.
And I had that phone for years. You know what I mean? It never let me down. But like the battery life was starting to go on it, and
And plus, back when I had the option to get an iPhone, back when I think it was the 5S was out, and I almost bought one. It was just so small, and it was like I could barely see the screen on it as compared to the Galaxy, and I'm like, yeah, no, I won't do it. Plus, I just never liked them. Couldn't help myself. Don't like them at all. Everybody around me has them. Bitches, you gotta get an iPhone. You gotta get an iPhone. You gotta get an. I don't want one. Now Motorola came out with these new ones that are kind of like the LG Stylos. They have their own thing, I don't know why I get these either because I don't even use that stylus thing. But they have great cameras on them. It's like a professional grade camera. I'm telling you right now.
So September, October, November, December. Yeah, so I paid $1,100 for mine. I have the 13 Pro.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Because with Xfinity, I mean, you can pay the full price up front, but
no, you have that payment program where everything rolls over every time.
Yeah, it's like with any other cell phone company. Like you can get a phone and then you just pay monthly on it. I mean,
yep. We do that with the Android now.
Really ain't all about like paying $1,100 up front on a damn phone, but so I paid like $300 off on it through my payments, and I owe $779.
Now, do you get any kind of money back on like if you have an upgrade after you've had a phone for a couple of years? Do they give you like discounts on your upgrades?
They didn't when I switched to this phone.
See, that's what I'm saying.
They didn't give me nothing off.
Apple did hook me up, but I still had to pay a lot. But I think for I've been with them 14 years, Verizon anyway, and they don't give you a fucking break on anything.
Nope, sure don't.
I didn't really since my other phone when I went from my old iPhone to the Galaxy S21 Plus, my old iPhone was completely paid off. So it wasn't really an upgrade. It was just getting a new phone. I think like if you still have payments remaining, because I think with Xfinity, once you pay it off halfway, you're eligible for an upgrade. And then you give them the phone, and then they give you the new phone, but you pay full price for the new phone. So you basically paid half of the old phone off, and you get nothing in return from it, other than the fact that you got to use it for those
right.
months.
See, that's why I don't like that.
These cell companies do this because they know nobody's gonna go without it.
Yeah, I said that before. Like nobody will ever go back to landline phones ever.
I haven't had a landline. I can't even remember. I mean, when I move in my apartment, almost like it'll be 2 years in October. I've been here, and there's not even a fucking phone jack on the wall for one.
I have the ability to plug one into my modem. If I don't have one to plug into my modem because it just comes with my internet service.
Yeah, no, there's not even a phone jack. You know how you used to have the phone jack on the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Little square box.
They don't exist anymore.
You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. I didn't even ask my landlord because I don't care. You know what I mean? But I'm sure if I wanted, I could have the phone company come over here and install one. It would probably cost me money, but I came in and I'm like, that's weird. But, I grew up in the fucking 70s and 80s, so I always expect to see that goddamn thing on the wall.
Yep. Yeah, they don't even put them in anymore. Most of them go through your cable modem now and shit like that anyway.
Yeah, that's what mine does. My house doesn't even have a phone jack. And it must have been removed at some point because my house was built in, I think, the late 60s.
Yeah.
I still have them in my house, but they're painted over and they're hidden now and they're broken. They don't exist. They don't use them or nothing. The wires are all yanked out of them. So,
yeah, I don't know. My landlord would probably say, if you want it, you got to pay for it and have it put in. But yeah, this is. I don't know. My mom still has a fucking landline. But she says she uses it for emergencies if her cell phone goes dead or something like that. But
that's what my mother.
She's also 73 fucking years old. She's like, all right, if I can't get a hold of her sometimes on her cell phone, I'll call her house. But I don't know too many people that have that anymore. Like a fucking house phone. Like
there aren't very many, that's for sure. I don't even think. Do they even sell phones in stores anymore? Like home phones?
I don't know.
I don't even see those.
I haven't bought a house phone in probably 20 years.
Right.
Like most of the time before, like when I was me and my first wife got together, we rented an apartment, a small little apartment. It already had one of those house
Have a
phones
good night, lady.
on the wall. It was already there. Somebody didn't take their phone, so we just used that.
I'll tell you something.
We both had cell phones.
I saw.
That was like 8 years ago.
I can't remember where the hell we were at. It was like a small town, not too far from where I live at. We went driving through to go somewhere else and stopped off there for gas, I think it was. And the gas station actually had a payphone on the outside of the gas station there that was still working. I was completely blew my mind because I haven't seen a payphone in like almost 20 years.
Yeah. My mother used to give me change all the time. She'd give me a few dimes, few nickels, and be like, if you need a ride home, just call me. So I'd walk to like from my friend's house or whatever, or if I'd be outside and I didn't feel like walking home, so I'd walk to like this place called Cumberland Farms, use their payphone, and call the house and say, "Mom, can you pick me up at Cumberland Farms?" And sometimes she would be like, "No, walk," and other times she'd pick me up, depending on her mood.
Right. Yeah, I was just shocked to see one that was in still good working order.
Nobody in this generation now will know what it's like to stick your finger in that little slot to see if any coins are in there.
Right.
The little door, the swinging door at the bottom of them.
When my aunt passed away, my oldest son was with us. We had to go over and clean out the apartment she lived in, and she had a rotary phone. So we were back.
My grandmother had one of those up until she died.
My aunt too. So he's sitting over there, and he's looking at it. He kept looking at it, and I'm laughing at him. And I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Trying to figure this out." I said, "So use it then." He goes, "I don't know how." I said, "Try it, figure it out." So he picks the receiver up and he sets it down on the table next to it. And he sticks his finger in the holes and starts pushing like it's a button. And I started laughing my ass off. I said, "No." "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "You're kind of there. Try it again." So he did something and his finger slipped and he realized that the thing moved. So he starts it moved. And I said, You're getting there. It was, "How do you dial the number?" I said, "Okay." So I walked over and I showed it to him. He was completely and totally fucking amazed at how it worked.
I've seen videos. I've seen videos with that, like kids trying to figure out how to like a rotary phone works and stuff like that.
Right,
and
right. I just laughed. I'm like, yeah, that's all I ever used to have when I was a kid. I said, and when we got a push button phone, I thought that was kind of cool too. And then we had the banana phones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Till the day my grandmother died, she always had a pencil next to her phone, and she would dial the friggin' rotary phone with a pencil.
Yep.
The erase aside, because she had her nails.
Hey.
My aunt used to belong. She had what they called around here. We had a party line. It was cheaper, and you shared your phone line with like 3 or 4 other people that lived in the area. So you could pick up that phone and there'd be somebody talking on that line. That was like when I was a kid. I remember those.
We used to do that when we were in school.
Yeah. Crazy shit. Things have changed so much.
Can you still make collect calls anymore?
I mean,
I had to do that sometimes. You dial the operator and make a collect call to my mom to come pick me up.
I think if you're on a regular phone, but I don't think cell phones do that kind of shit, do they?
Well, no, I don't know. I'm not on cell phones, but like I don't know. I haven't used a house phone in like eons. So if I dial the operator, would I be able to make a collect call?
Can you dial the operator?
I don't know. Next time I'm at my mom's, I'll try to make a collect call.
I don't even know if there's a damn operator, like from a cell phone, at least. I don't think you can.
No.
Where'd Popper go?
I don't know. That's fucking hilarious.
Yep. Shit, it's midnight already. Damn. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night.
All right.
Went by real quick, but I thank everybody for being here. There he is. Mr. Popper.
I'll probably drop into Tina's. She said she's going to go live. I don't know if she's live or not.
Yeah, I see it. But I appreciate you guys being on panel with me and everybody that came in here tonight. Miss Lady BSD. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of under the weather. Not as fun as normal. Pookie, Happy, Lady BSC, Kimberly, Flower S. Let's see. Looks like Tina was in here for a while. Broken Raikou. Miss Rachel, of course. Thank you for being on panel tonight, also, Rachel. Let's see if I missed anybody up here. Bowser G, Pookie. some people that came in early on. Strike first, strike hard. He's having surgery tomorrow, guys. So let's say a little prayer for him for that. That's why he said he wasn't going to be here long. Miss Joanna, Joseph, Robin, Rusty Mind.
Did you say Bronx?
Bronx, of course. Brandy.
Yeah, sorry, my tablet went dead.
Oh, you're good. Somebody named for life. That was a new one. Sorry, I didn't even see it till now. College kid. Nemrak, of course. Be happy.
Oh, I didn't even see Nemrak in here.
Pam Tony, Becca BBY, Tyler S, Tyler Money. If anybody I may have missed, I do apologize, but hopefully I'll see you guys soon. You guys all have yourselves a great night, and everybody again, thanks for being on panel with me. You guys have yourselves a great night as well, and I will see you guys soon. Good night.
Later,
See you
man.
guys later.